For this video, I will show you how to use SPSS to create a new variable by combining two existing variables in SPSS. The video prior to this one, I converted correct words read per minute from an interval level scale to a categorical scale. In other words, what I did was I took and I divided these number of words read correctly into these intervals: 0, 1 to 19, 20 to 29, 30 and above. And so we have our categorical variable created. But now what I want to do is create a variable called proficiency level. And proficiency level is a combination of correct words read per minute and the number of comprehension questions answered correctly as a result of story reading. So in this case, we're going to have 4 levels. Those students who had 0 correct words read per minute and 0 questions answered correctly on the comprehension questions. Those who had 1 to 19 words read correctly, and those who had greater than or equal to 1 comprehension item correct. And then those who read 20 to 29 words correct per minute and their story reading comprehension was 2 items correct or better. And then finally we had those who had 30 words read correctly per minute and above, and they answered at least 3 story problems or comprehension questions correctly. So I'm going to go back to SPSS now. And what we're going to do is the transform menu item again, but we're going to go to compute variable. And what I'm going to do is name this variable proficiency or prof level. And then what I'm going to do is give it a label proficiency level and then continue. Now the first level, I'm going to give it a 1, and that level is going to be defined by if the case includes the case includes correct words read per minute equals category 1, which in this case is 0, and story reading comprehension questions equal are greater than or equal to 0. And then I'm going to go continue and then OK. And so what happens is that now those students who read 0 words correct per minute and answered 0 story reading comprehension questions, they're in the first category. So then to do the second category, you go back to compute variable, and for the second category I'm going to label it 2, and then I'm going to go if. And now for this category, let's see if you can see it here, this category is those students who read 1 to 19 words correct per minute and had at least 1 or more story comprehension questions answered correctly. So we'll go back here, and so we're going to change this to category 2 and at least 1 or more story comprehension questions answered correctly. And then we'll go continue, and then we'll go OK. And you'll notice you'll get this box that says change existing variable. We want to click OK on that because what it's going to do is add the second category to our columns. So now these are the kids that read between 1 and 19 correct words read per minute, and they had at least 1 story comprehension question read correctly. So then we'll proceed and we'll go to our third category, and we'll click on if, And in our third category, that's if the category is 3, so that's 19 to, or that's 20 to 30, and then story reading is at least 2, and then we'll go continue, and we'll go OK, and then again we'll click OK to change the existing variable, and then if you scroll down here, there are some 3s in here. I know it doesn't look like it, but here's one right here. And then we'll do our final category. Make this a 4. And then this is if kids are reading more than 30 words correct per minute, and they've answered more than 3 comprehensions correct, or at least 3 or more comprehension questions correctly. And then we'll go OK, and then we'll go OK again, and then we have our then we'll have some 4s right here. Now you'll notice that we do have some blank spaces, and that's okay. That's because there are some students that we don't have categories specified for. So for example, this student here, we didn't get him categorized because he's read 32 words correct per minute, but he didn't answer more than 3 story comprehension questions. So we would have to create another code for that particular case. But anyway, that gives you the general idea about how to create a new variable using SPSS by combining 2 other variables.